eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. That's what time it is. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Glad to be here with you, and we're all set to go. A couple of guests on the menu, and Dr. Jason Mitchell will be up first, and then Yasmyn in the second hour. So we have a lot to talk about. Yesterday, I reported. Tell them what I reported on, Josh, about the sugar industry. Go ahead.
There we go. About the sugar industry, Doc reported that there's been a giant misconception led by most mainstream media, how they're deflecting the blame that should be attributed to sugar to fat.
Okay. Almost. That was a test. I wanted to see if you were listening. He's almost right with that. The media, they just report it. This goes back to the 1960s and 70s. And I reported on this yesterday, and, you know, I got some people replied. It's interesting, the things that I report, sometimes I don't think, nobody's, they're not going to be interested in this, and then I think proved me wrong. And the headline it was in the New York Times on the 12th of September this month. And the headline was how the sugar industry shifted blame to fat. It is a crazy story. And I did get some people on the LTN Facebook page, as far as north as Wisconsin, of course the show is syndicated, commented on the report, and on my reporting as well. And it's encouraging, and I thank you for doing that. This particular story is relevant because even though it happened back in the 60s and 70s, has influenced the dietary nutritional terrain to the extent that it altered people's way of thinking about food and their diet and sugar and fat and whatnot. It's a mess, truly a mess. This particular incident didn't help. And what I'm referring to is this. Thanks to the efforts of this Stanton Glantz, who's a professor of medicine at UC University of California in San Francisco, he found these documents, and the documents reveal some really unethical behavior on the part of the sugar industry, as well as notable scientists at Harvard, no less. And the documents show that a trade group called the Sugar Research Foundation, at that time it's now known as the Sugar Association, paid 3 Harvard scientists the equivalent of about $50,000 in today's value, dollars, to publish a 1967 review of research on sugar, fat, and heart disease. The long and the short of it is that these 3 researchers cherry-picked the studies and were really handpicked by the Sugar Group, and the article was published in the prestigious New England Journal of Medicine. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just listening.
Oh,
my bad.
I see you shaking your head. And what it did, in essence, they did the review in such a way that it minimized the link between sugar and heart health, and really then portrayed fat as the primary suspect in the cause, saturated fat, as the cause of heart disease. Now, and of course I was pretty animated about it yesterday. It drives you crazy, because those kinds of things, they still go on, but there's more to this story. And you can't make it up. You just can't make it up. One of the professors, or one of the researchers from Harvard that was paid to do this sham review, His name was, I think he's passed away now, D. Mark Hegsted. Mr. Hegsted, Dr. Hegsted, went on to become the head of nutrition at the United States Department of Agriculture. Oh, my land. Where in 1977 he helped to draft the forerunner to what's known as the federal government's dietary guidelines. Another was Frederick J. Starr. He was the chairman of Harvard's nutrition department. You see, this is what goes on. I waited for some major news outlet other than the New York Times, TV, particularly TV, to report on this study. Not a peep. They don't get it. They're so consumed with this election season that they wouldn't have time to report on this, I guess.
Isn't that the strategy, though? When they wait for bigger news, it's consuming everything to release something like this, so it kind of just flies under the radar?
No, I mean, New York Times posted it, reported on it, and it's out there. It's crazy. Just thought you'd like to know. You can go to New York Times online. You can find the article. 877-897-8255. As it turns out, that kind of effort and other things that went on really distorted the relationship between sugar and heart disease, fat and heart disease, and caused so much conceptual confusion. Even to this day, it's a mess. Making fat the vilifying fat. And by the way, it's both excess sugar and unhealthy fat that get people into trouble, along with too much sodium, salt, sugar, and fat, which is the title of Michael Moss's book, which is a must-read. Great. He's another good journalist, that guy. Yeah. Well, we try to do our best to clear things up and to inform you and make you aware of what's adrift in the sometimes contaminated waters out there. Speaking of contamination, there's a study giving attribution to Hannah Nichols, who wrote the article, and she, the Milken Institute School of Public Health at George Washington University in Washington, D.C., did a meta-analysis and found that household dust exposes people to numerous toxic chemicals that are correlated with severe health problems. The dust in your homes, which comes from, and that dust is contaminated with various compounds that may be in the rug, in the furniture, in cleaning agents that you're using in your home. It was a multi-institutional team of researchers found a broad range of toxic chemicals from everyday products that accumulate in the household dust. And they aimed to identify the top 10 toxic chemicals that are most commonly found in dust in your home. The study was published in a journal called Environmental Science and Technology, and they discovered that the number one chemical identified in household dust was a compound, I'll give you the acronym, DEHP. It belongs to a hazardous category of chemicals called phthalates, which are used in everything from household cleaners to food packaging to cosmetics, fragrances, personal hygiene products. It goes on and on and on. It's the world we live in. Toxic. Turned the oceans into toilets, and I'm can't make it up. We walk around. Visit the Environmental Working Group, by the way, EWG.org. They do pretty good work. They're always trying to make us aware. Come back, we'll talk to Dr. Jason Mitchell. He has a lot on his mind, and we're going to talk about probiotics in a very interesting way.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes? Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted Best Independent Chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life, Algae for Life, CV Sciences, From Seed to Shelf, New Chapter, The Benefit of Nature's Wisdom, Yerba Prima, Pioneers in Internal Cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Giving a drumming lesson to my producer. Welcome back to Let's
Sounded cool, man.
You like that?
Yeah, we need to record it one time during the break.
Well, you have to film it.
Yeah.
We'll have to film it. My guest is Dr. Jason Mitchell, And Dr. Mitchell has been on my show numerous times over the years, and he always has something interesting to talk about, and he's pretty passionate about what he does. He was with Country Life. That's how many of you are going to remember him. And but he went on his own and has his own company now, and they make several products now. Dr. Mitchell, I don't know all the names of these companies. You'll have to tell. You're going to have to explain to everybody what you got going on here. Dr. Mitchell.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. And over the years, we've actually talked about a lot of things, so you're absolutely right. No, I used to be with Country Life Vitamins, and I was there for roughly 15 years, and I was their chief science officer. I did a lot of their product development, an amazing company. And when I was challenged with something in my personal life, I actually was inspired to do something in the area of digestive health very specifically, and went off to form and start a company called Probulin, which we've designed and made several probiotics and digestive enzymes, things that can actually support digestive health in a very unique way. And so we do things a little bit differently, but most importantly, we look at the end result and effect on making sure to support human health in the best way we can possible, because not all probiotics and enzymes are created equal.
Nope, they're not.
And we like to make absolutely sure that for the user that they get what is expected.
Absolutely.
And that is for digestive support, and as our primary goal. You know, what's interesting, Dr. Garko, is that we, our products are based on 3 clinical studies and a patent. But this year, our raw material supplier, the person that is one of my best friends, Dr. Mark Brudnak, was also the author of the probiotic solution. He and I are now setting our sights on doing a very large-scale human-based clinical trial over the course of the next 6 to 12 months, and we're very excited about that. And Probulin products will actually be what is used in the clinical study.
Oh,
so we're
great.
very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is now a trend in the natural products industry. Companies are turning to verify, confirm through clinical trials, through science, through studies, the claims that they make about their products. Back in the day, it was the wild, wild west, 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, and you had all kinds of people saying all sorts of things, and half the time you didn't know what was fiction and what was nonfiction. Now it's consumers have a higher expectation, and rightfully so. And of course, this is an evidence-based show, and so we're always interested in those companies that are taking this approach. And so it's good that you're doing this, and it'll in the long run it'll serve you well. People don't understand that it can be very expensive, time-consuming, and whatnot to do these trials. And what the consumer doesn't know, that clinical trial for a pharmaceutical, they can use a population of sick people. In a clinical trial with supplements, it has to be a healthy population. So the challenge is to make a healthy population healthier. So the bar is even higher and more challenging for a clinical trial focusing on a supplement, as you well know.
And you know what's interesting, Dr. Garko, is that if the probiotics are the one area that if you do a clinical trial in a healthy population, if the product is what it is supposed to be, and it is formulated correctly, and it has all the right attributes to the product to make sure that it's going to be effective, even healthy people will become healthier.
I know.
And so that is the one of the areas where you can find statistically significant outcomes even in a healthy population, and that's why we're so incredibly excited.
Yeah.
The 3 studies that we did initially to validate that our products truly work, and then to hear all the anecdotal response from all the consumers, and the sheer growth that we've experienced over the last 24 months because customers are so satisfied with what we've done, is why we're inspired to do more.
Sure.
We're taking the money the company's making and we're reinvesting it back into the proof and the validation and continuation, because I said this a long time ago. I didn't start the company because we thought what a gold mine this would be. We started the company because we're on a mission, and the mission is to make each and every person that we can possibly contact healthier as a result of taking our product, and that's our goal.
Well, you're on Let's Talk Nutrition, so this is a pretty big platform now. We're close to maybe 40 markets, somewhere in that range, across the United States, including Hawaii. So a lot of people listen to the show. If you're not familiar with Probulin, you will be before this hour is up. And 877-897-8255 is a toll-free number. You can call the show anytime you want. Ask a question, make a comment. Maybe you're using Probulin. And Dr. Mitchell made a point. Not all probiotics and digestive enzymes, not all supplements are created equally, for that matter. You have to ask the questions such as, where did the raw material come from? How did they handle that raw material when they were making the product? Those it's maybe a nice box or a nice bottle, but could be junk data, junk supplements, right? Junk food. Those all exist. And not the case with Probulin. Dr. Mitchell, when we come back, we'll do a little primer on probiotics real quick as to what they are, why they're important, and how it is that Probulin is different from some other probiotic products, and which will ultimately confer maybe a better and different health effect for you.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Dr. Jason Mitchell is my guest in this first portion of the show, talking about probiotics generally and specifically Probulin. And that's Dr. Mitchell's company, Probulin. I presume there's a website, probulin.com?
There is, yes.
I figured as much. So just generally speaking, I'll give you a chance to do this, Dr. Mitchell. A lot of people will know what you're going to say, but there are always new listeners and people new to the world of health, wellness, and well-being. In a word, what are probiotics, and why do you think they're so essential to good health?
Well, I wish it could be done in one word.
You can't.
But if it was reduced to one word, balance would be the word. It's interesting. I can't help but share something anecdotal that's kind of funny. Last night, I'm working with my son, and we're on a quiz that he has to take today. Mm-hmm. And it was a science quiz. And in there, we were talking about social insects, and we ended up talking about termites and how termites' favorite food is wood. And they like to eat wood. They're wood-burrowing organisms. And what's interesting, though, when you read about termites, they can't digest their food. They can't digest the wood. They don't have an ability to do it. The only way they can is with organisms that live inside their digestive system to help them digest this wood. Yet it's their favorite food. They can't eat it without these organisms. And so, it's funny. I took the opportunity to kind of share a little bit more with my son. He's 9 years old, about what I do. And he's like, oh, my gosh, now I get it. That's what a probiotic is. And, and so he's learning about it through the eyes in a different way. Mm-hmm. But when you look at what probiotics do, they are a living organism. They're as alive as you and I are. When you take a probiotic supplement or you eat some yogurt or a homemade kefir or things that actually have these living organisms, they don't absorb in the body. They actually are kind of like a new resident. You're kind of like a nice big hotel for a lot of friendly organisms and, unfortunately, some bad organisms as well, that they're there not only to find a place to live, but to also work symbiotically with your body to, one, help you digest the foods that you consume. They help to make sure that waste is removed properly. They help to keep bad organisms in check. They're kind of like, I guess you could say, the law enforcement or the community watch program to make sure bad organisms don't do harm. They actually cumulatively make up about 70% or more of the activity of the immune system. The bottom line is you can't live without them. Mm-hmm.
And when you say organism in specific, you mean bacteria, correct?
Yeah, it is a bacteria. It's known as good bacteria. Mm-hmm. When you use the word bacteria, people are like, oh my gosh, that's bad. No, good bacteria, they're living organisms. They're as alive as you and I are. They have different families. They're called species. They have different neighborhoods they like to live in. For example, lactic acid or lactobacillus bacteria. You'll see Lactobacillus acidophilus being probably one of the most known probiotics out there. Lives predominantly in the small intestines, whereas bifidobacterium lives predominantly in the colon or large intestines. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they migrate between, but they have different neighborhoods they live in. And really, when they are introduced to the body by way of food or supplement, they actually find the community that they want to be in, and then they multiply and they create families and offspring and all kinds of things. And these organisms do so many wonderful things.
So, aren't they in a sort of a ongoing struggle for terrain and food with the pathogenic bacteria?
Absolutely. The only two things that bacteria fight over, really, are food and real estate. Mm-hmm. They're looking for a niche to live in, and they're looking for food to eat.
Sounds like people.
No, it's absolutely. It's I often compare the two. I try to humanize the bacteria because it's at that point when people start to realize, wow, that's probably pretty important then.
What is can you quantify, have scientists been able to quantify, I hear different numbers, about, the size of this population of healthy bacteria, maybe even including the pathogenic? It's in the pounds, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I would tell you that, the numbers range, and there's a lot of different opinions, but I would say, roughly speaking, you have about 10 trillion living bacteria in your gut at any given time, and it weighs approximately 5 pounds.
That's amazing.
And so the reality is that, do we know the exact number? As much as there are experts that have been studying this for decades, I don't think anybody knows exactly. And I would tell you that from person to person, that number may vary.
Yeah.
But that's roughly where we're at, is 10 trillion, about 5 pounds.
How do they get introduced into the body? This happens, no pun intended.
Very early on.
This happens kind of
actually at birth.
Explain that.
The first time that you're introduced to bacteria is from your mother. And, we on Mother's Day, we honor mothers, and we start to realize how amazing mothers are and all the sacrifices they make. Even from birth, just the birthing process alone and so much of the magic that happens on that very moment that you come into this world, the mother is donating, even at the last moment, that really important element that can either make or break you of sorts in your life, is that it gives you that first dose of bacteria. As you pass through the womb, in the vaginal canal, you will actually swallow bacteria. You will ingest bacteria that begins to seed the environment so that these bacteria can start to form and multiply and create the communities that will inhabit your digestive system and essentially build an environment that is healthy and safe for you. It's actually what builds the base infrastructure of what is responsible for most of the action of your immune system.
And breastfeeding will also introduce these bacteria to the infant as well, right?
Well, the breastfeeding, the most important thing is that it has so many different nutrients in there that will nourish these bacteria.
But not bacteria directly?
Well, I mean, that is, I don't think directly bacteria are coming through breast milk. I think what you're getting predominantly is all these nutrients and foods that flourish. To be honest with you, I don't know that I can answer that question exactly, but I'm not.
I've heard different experts say. I've heard some to say yes, some say no. It's I don't know, but nevertheless,
I really don't believe that you actually get living bacteria, because in order for that to actually happen, at least in my opinion, and I would ask, I would divert to some experts in microbiology. There may be some bacteria topically by just the proximity of the mouth as it relates to breastfeeding, but actually coming out of the breast milk, which, to be honest with you, breast milk is to some degree very sterile, and it has to be, because, it's something that's inside the body, whereas bacteria live on your skin or in your digestive system. They don't ever really transfer through the bloodstream into the breast milk.
Gotcha.
I don't know how they would ever get there.
I see.
Because you don't really want bacteria to make that type of transfer.
Gotcha.
So that's where I would say, from my educated guess.
There was an article in Science Daily. The headline on it was, this is why I raised this. The headline on it was, breast milk contains more than 700 species of bacteria, Spanish researchers find. Wow. So this goes back and forth, but the point is, Dr. Mitchell makes it very clearly how important your mother was.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA-certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new, agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
Natural Factors presents.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Murray. How would you like to feel more calm, centered, and alert with greater mental focus and clarity? Pharma-GABA, a special natural form of the major brain chemical GABA, can help. Our brain can naturally produce GABA, but sometimes we don't produce enough, so taking it as a supplement can give your brain a GABA boost. Pharma-GABA is a clinically proven form that is considerably more effective than other forms. Pharma-GABA produces favorable changes in brainwave patterns as well as a dramatic reduction in markers of stress, including salivary cortisol levels. Pharma-GABA is fast-acting, with feelings of calmness and mental focus experienced within 5 minutes of taking Pharma-GABA. So, if you want to feel calmer with greater mental clarity and focus and need a fast-acting help to cope with a stressful day, give Pharma-GABA a try. I think you'll be glad you did.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness. BSN, Finish First. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
If you're a probiotic user, the next time you go into your health store, if you're not using the brand, try it. Probulin. If you've never taken a probiotic in your daily regimen of supplements, go into a health store and ask for Probulin. Try it. It's a good way to start. And you may even notice a difference, because these probiotic products are not, as Dr. Mitchell pointed out earlier, not created equally, so to speak. Dr. Mitchell, what makes Probulin unique compared to some of these other products?
Well, when you look at the trend as it relates to probiotics in our industry, you're starting to see a rise in interest on how much or how many billions that can be consumed, and suggesting that the whole more is better reality is actually the right way to approach this. And it's funny, it only takes a little bit of science to look at it and say, okay, wait a minute, does that actually mean that we should be taking as many billions as possible? And the fact is that when you look at it from a very simplistic point of view, let's take, for example, just introducing 1 billion, right? Remember we said you have 10 trillion bacteria.
Right.
And they weigh about 5 pounds. So let's say we introduce only 1 billion into the digestive system. Well, they replicate about every 30 minutes, so that in a 24-hour period of time, if you do that math forward, it's roughly about 1 trillion in one day. So that right there mathematically would suggest that it's really not necessary to take massive amounts of billions to get the job done.
What happens? You make a great point. I don't mean to interrupt you, but I before you go a little further, can you what happens when you get too many good, healthy bacteria?
I mean, theoretically, if the math works out, you could overwhelm your digestive system with too much bacteria. But to be honest, dietary supplements with high billions, part of the reason why they're putting so many billions in.
Because they're dead?
Because a lot of it dies in transit. And so most of it dies in transit. So
transit where? Through your system?
You take it, as you swallow the capsule and it travels through the stomach, the duodenum, and then into the small intestines, there's lots of obstacles that the bacteria will come up against, and that is things like stomach acid, bile. When they reanimate from a freeze-dried state to a moist, active state, there's some die-off that happens, a tremendous amount of die-off. And so what makes Probulin so unique is that we didn't focus on putting massive amounts of bacteria in the system. Instead, we look at it and say, you know what? Instead of just acknowledging that they die and just put as many as we can, hoping that a small amount live, we decided to take a much more scientific approach. We said, if we can analyze the obstacles like stomach acid, bile, and these other challenges, and equip the probiotics with safety in transit that would give them an ability to deliver properly. Some will even suggest that their bacteria are naturally resistant to acid and magically they don't need any protection. But the fact is that when they do acid and bile challenges to put the probiotics up against it, they don't fare too well. And so
it is hydrochloric acid after all.
Well, and it's a pH of about 1.5. I mean, it's really not a basic acid. I mean, bacteria themselves, lactic acid bacteria specifically, by definition, that means, they're acid-loving bacteria. They live in an environment about 3-4 pH, but that's nowhere near 1.5.
Sure. So what kind of technology did you develop to get these bacteria through the system as they move through transit so that they, make it alive?
Well, when we looked at some of the delivery systems that we're currently using, or that are used out there, some of which are called enteric coating. Enteric coating is the use of a chemical known as a phthalate. You covered that earlier in your monologue when you're talking about allergies and challenges, things we ingest or come in contact with in our homes and how dangerous or whatever they can be. But phthalates and methyl acrylics, they coat the capsules and so on. And so I was really just dissatisfied with the current systems. In combination with Dr. Mark Brudnak, we were able to develop a system called MacTrek 3D. And the first step was that we used an all-natural, sustainably harvested seaweed extract. In this seaweed extract, when you combine it with the probiotics, when exposed to stomach acid, the seaweed gels up and creates a secondary barrier. So we allow nature to provide us a really unique barrier between the probiotics and the stomach
What got you onto the seaweed?
It's kind of funny. When Dr. Mark Brudnak is really, truly the genius.
I've met him.
Yeah, he's an individual that is quite amazing, and he really looked outside the box for ways to accomplish goals that were not common. And that's where the beauty of some of the brilliant science minds, I would argue he's probably one of the leading world experts in probiotics and enzymes, but he's not someone that's out there in the public domain speaking all the time.
Yeah, he's quiet. He's quiet.
a bit more recluse, but
Yeah.
he's just an unbelievable genius. He does have a book called The Probiotic Solution, and he covers it in detail in there. But this seaweed extract began to create something really unique. And then when put it to the test against other delivery systems, they were able to find that they were able to significantly deliver a larger number of surviving bacteria than some of these other systems, including in their pearls and oil immersion and all these other systems.
I see.
But that's not the last problem. See, after they leave the stomach acid, they're coming up against bile. And then as the bacteria reanimate, until they get to a place where they're in contact with moisture again, they're kind of in a state of what's called stasis. They're kind of hibernating like a bear.
Mm-hmm.
But when a bear wakes up from hibernation, they're hungry and thirsty. And so prebiotic fiber is included to make sure the bacteria are fed. But additionally, have you ever been so thirsty that you drank too much too fast and got a stomach ache? I mean, at some point in our lives, I think we've all done that. Well, bacteria, they absorb moisture like a sponge. And if there's no way to control how much moisture they absorb, they can overexpand and die. The official term is called lysing.
Lysing.
So the thought was from Dr. Mark Brudnak when we were working on this system was that, cells hydrate uniquely, and if they use the right mineral transport system, they'll hydrate properly. So we were able to put together an isotonic delivery system using calcium, sodium, potassium, things called electrolytes.
Mm-hmm.
And by hydrating the bacteria that way, we were able to achieve a much higher rate of survival of the bacteria than if they didn't have the system. In fact, the research results were yielding somewhere around 75% survival compared to roughly 1%. So it's really interesting that
So you're even getting,
research,
so the consumer, we're almost out of time, so the consumer is even getting more for their money because more are living in the end.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
And we're going to have Dr. Mitchell back on. We're out of time. Boy, time goes that quick. Probulin, P-R-O-B, put that back up again, Josh, please. There you go. P-R-O-B-U-L-I-N. There's even a book, Probiotics for Dummies. Go to their website, probulin.com, and make sure, if you've never tried Probulin and you have a probiotic you're using, try it. You'll see. And if you've never tried probiotics, start with Probulin. Dr. Mitchell, sorry we're out of time. Didn't mean to interrupt you, but we got to go. And Probulin.com. We'll catch you the next time, okay?
Thank you so much, Dr. Garza.
My
Have a
pleasure.
blessed day.
My pleasure. We'll be right back.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
All that stuff that lady just said is true. Right, Josh? Isn't that true?
I would have to agree with that.
Absolutely. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. That's how we sign off every day. And boy, go ahead and get sick and see how true that is. Man, or somebody you know. Your health is your wealth, man. Yesterday, I was in, I don't think I told this story yesterday. I was in Starbucks yesterday morning. I was standing in line. And there were some people, of course, in front of me. And I'm standing there, and I turned around, and there was this young man in a wheelchair. He had to be he's younger than you.
Yeah.
He's in his 20s. Both legs were gone and one arm.
Veteran?
Yeah. He had one arm. He had one limb left. Okay? And I'm standing there. I turned around, I said hello to him, and he said, acknowledged me and said hello back. And I was having some issues, and things were on my mind and this and that, and I thought, whatever it is that you have going on, yeah, puts things in perspective. Gave so much. He had one limb left. Man. And he was in a wheelchair by himself. And he negotiated his way into the store and out of the store, Puts things in perspective. Sometimes we forget. I forget. We all do. And we sometimes tend to take our health for granted. But we try to remind myself and keep trying to remind on the air that our health is our wealth. A lot of things can go wrong, but as long as you have your health, you can continue to, try to deal with whatever it is, whatever financial, relational, whatever the issue may be. As long as you got your health. When you're sick and when you're down, you're at a very real disadvantage. It is our wealth. My dad used to say it all the time. Your health is your wealth. Your health. I can remember as clear as a bell. I was just a little boy. He said it so many times, stuck in my head. Your health is your wealth. God, he was such a good guy. Man. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. He was a Polish immigrant. Yeah. And we try to talk about things that resonate with everyday life and everyday people, and even experts. A lot of experts listen to the show. And it's an evidence-based show, so if you're new to Let's Talk Nutrition, you'll hear me reference all kinds of studies of one sort or another, focusing on one topic or another. And we cover all sorts of bases around here. And Yasmyn will be my guest, bring her on in a little bit. She's with New Chapter, educator for New Chapter. There was a story trending today. Here's an extra copy of it, Josh. Broccoli versus French fries was part of the headline. And the study was focusing on teens and how to get teens to eat more healthy and try to curb their unhealthy eating habits, reaching for the French fries and other fast and processed foods. So they had an interesting, the title of the study was Harnessing Adolescent Values to Motivate Healthier Eating. It was by Dr. Christopher Bryan of the University of Chicago Booth School of Business and David Yeager of the University of Texas. And their premise for their study and what they did here was they believed that if you appeal to widely held adolescent values, if you appeal to teens in that way, it's possible to reduce their unhealthy eating habits and motivate them to make better food choices. This is interesting. Any parent will tell you who's had, adolescent children, teenagers, they're very idealistic, very values oriented, and it's like them against the world and whatnot and this and that. And the study was published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. And Dr. Bryan said, quote, "Our goal here was to portray healthy eating as a way to take a stand against injustice, to stand up for vulnerable people who lack the ability to protect themselves," end quote. That will play right into the mindset and to the disposition of teens. That's just, I never thought of doing it that way. It's an interesting strategy to motivate them. In other words, healthy eating is a way to do a good thing and to push back against all of the marketing and the advertising, getting people to eat unhealthy food that can become addictive and can destroy a person's health sooner rather than later. So they took an interesting approach. And here's what Dr. Bryan said. "We framed healthy eating as a way to stick it to the man." You know the man. "We cast the executives behind food marketing as controlling adult authority figures and framed the avoidance of junk food as a way to rebel against their control." Close quote. And then they said, and it worked. Interesting strategy. Yeah, there you go. So there are people out there thinking about and actually developing ways to get children and teen and adolescents to eat healthier. This was an interesting approach. Got to like that. 877-897-8255. Toll free. And I mentioned if you just tuned in, I mentioned a study also today coming out of the researchers from Milken Institute of School of Public Health at George Washington University. And they found that the dust in your house, the household dust, can expose you and your family members to all kinds of toxic chemicals that are correlated with severe health problems. This was a study in which they said that the toxic chemicals from everyday products will accumulate in household dust. And when they analyzed and compiled data from dust samples collected throughout the United States, they identified at least 10 toxic chemicals in the household dust. Man. This study was published in Environmental Science and Technology. The number one chemical identified in household dust it's called DEHP. It's a class of chemical, it's a chemical belonging to a class of chemicals called phthalates, which are insidious. And those phthalates are found in everything: food packaging, fragrances, personal hygiene products, cosmetics. The list is endless. So these chemical compounds get into the dust. They get into like the carpet, for example. Then you have toddlers and children, even the parents on the floor playing with the kids or just lying there watching TV. Those compounds are in the dust particles. You get them into your body. And many of these compounds are associated with cancer, they said in the piece. So, again, raising our awareness. 877-897-8255. Yet another thing to worry about. As I said, Yasmyn is my guest today. We'll bring her on. We're headed into some commercial messages here real soon. I'm looking up at the clock. There's, boy, that was I have that clock built into my head now. I can just tell. I don't even have to look at the clock, and there's the music. So we'll see what's on Yasmyn's mind. I think she wanted to talk about stress. Stress? What stress? Who's immune to stress? Stress. We live in a context of stress. From the time you get up until you go to bed, driving to work, driving home, at work, while at home, stress is everywhere. You can't escape it. Unless maybe you're a Buddhist monk living in some monastery on top of some Tibetan mountain.
But even then, every once in a while, the rice is cold.
You think that stresses them out?
Just saying.
You think that stresses them out? Wonder what stresses a Buddhist monk experiences in a monastery where they're meditating all day. Stressed over meditating.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life, Algae for Life, CV Sciences, from seed to shelf. New Chapter, the benefit of nature's wisdom. Yerba Prima, pioneers in internal cleansing. Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Yasmyn is my guest. I treat her like Cher. I just give one name. That's it. One name. It's good. Like that. I've always done that with her. Yasmyn, welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you, Dr. Garko. How are you?
Long time no see.
I know. I need to see you. I need to
How have you been?
catch up with you.
How have you
I'm
been?
doing well. Thank you. Things are going great.
Your family's good?
Family's doing well. My mom, kids, husband, everybody.
Good for you.
Work.
That's
Yeah.
nice. Good. And we like to hear that. What are you doing with New Chapter these days?
That's a great question. I have just recently received a promotion, which I'm very excited about.
Oh, good.
And I'm now doing what we call strategic account work. So I'm managing more from a strategic level my key accounts, which is exciting. Very exciting.
Accounts would be retailers?
Yes. Yep. Retailers.
How long have you been with that company?
Well, I was just going to share with you, I've been with New Chapter. I'm going on 9 years.
Good for you.
In September. This September, actually. 9 years this month. That's right.
Wow.
I know. It's been a long time.
Is your job stressful?
Is my job stressful?
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Isn't stressful. Really,
What? What's that?
I said, what job isn't stressful?
I know, but I asked you about your job. Is your job,
Okay.
is it stressful?
Well,
you can say yes. Nobody's going to fire you.
No. So here's what's funny about this. Yes, it's stressful, but it's a good stress. It's that stress that I like because it keeps me on my toes, and I'm learning and I'm being challenged, and that's what I love about my job. But I also take great products that we make, like holy basil, to help manage my stress, to manage my cortisol, lemon balm. I take the Perfect Calm Multi. So yes, I do have stress, but I'm managing my stress very well.
Do you ever find yourself being overwhelmed, given your job, family, this and that? You have those moments where you feel like, what do I do next?
I mean, I do have moments like that.
We all do.
We do. Before you go to bed, sometimes when you wake up in the morning or during the day, when you think about your work, everything that you have to accomplish. And like I said, it's a good stress. It's like, wow, I have so much, I have to take care of paperwork I have to submit, phone calls, accounts I need to speak to, or, just then thinking about have to pick up the kids, take them to sports, make dinner, just the normal things that we're all challenged with.
Okay, so you alluded to a couple things. One, which is you're absolutely right. You don't control stress. You have to manage it because you can't control the traffic that you're sitting in. You can't control a boss who may be cranky that day. You can't control a retailer who's making unreasonable demands or has questions that are hard to answer, whatever. You can't control any of that.
No.
You can only respond to it. And then you alluded to the idea that you said you take certain things from New Chapter to help you in the managing of stress. You mean the consequences, the effects of stress? Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, absolutely. So, when you're stressed, your hormones, your adrenal glands, will flood the system with a fight or flight hormone, cortisol, which you've talked about many times. And cortisol really can get up to a very high level and make you feel anxious, make you feel like in some cases, the inability to focus, sweaty palms, anxiousness. And so what's nice about modulating your cortisol, or that fight or flight hormone, is that it actually helps you promote a sense of calm and relaxation. And as you know, high and prolonged levels of cortisol in the bloodstream have been shown to have very negative effects on body fat, increased body fat, high blood pressure, heart problems, sleep disruption, bone loss, immune dysfunction, low mood, aging, right? Aging of the skin, the body, it's aging. All of that contributes to high levels of cortisol. So it's really important to be able to manage your stress and manage your cortisol levels to a very healthy level.
Typically, when a person gets up in the morning, cortisol levels should be higher, and by the end of the day, they should be lower. Isn't that
right?
But if you're under stress all day, you build up sort of like an inventory of cortisol, and then you're trying to go to sleep, and you alluded to it's a sleep disruptor, yes?
Oh, yes. Lots of people that I've spoken to and still speak to experience sleep deprivation or sleep loss, or having difficulty once they fall asleep being able to stay asleep. It's just, when you have so much on your mind, it's difficult. So you want to lower that cortisol to a relaxing state, which enables you
and of course,
to have more peace and sleep.
And of course, sleep deprivation is stressful. So then you end up, it becomes a vicious cycle. Can't sleep because you got too much cortisol. You got too much cortisol because you can't sleep and whatever, right? It's a mess.
It is a mess.
So you take, you ripped off like 2 or 3. You went real quick. What were the names of those products?
Well, my absolute favorite is holy basil. I love holy basil. I talk about holy basil all the time. It's a beautiful Ayurvedic herb that has been used
we'll talk about it.
medicinally.
We'll talk about it. Holy basil, Batman. I feel stressed. Right, Josh? You're into all those action comic figures? Marvel?
Yeah, actually, I'm friends with Burt Ward, who played Robin on Facebook.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I just, it said Burt Ward, and I clicked add friend. And
He was always saying that. Holy this Batman and holy that.
Most of the comments on his threads
Yeah.
are usually people like,
Yeah.
saying
Holy
things
basil,
like that.
Batman. I'm under stress. Help me. We come back. We'll talk about holy basil, which is an interesting name for an herb. We'll see exactly what the mechanism of action is.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Yeah, stress. Boy, how do you dodge it? You really can't. So you learn, you figure out ways to live with it and not let it get the best of you. And boy, it can get the best of anybody. So you learn how to manage it in different ways. Everything from exercise to breathing from your diaphragm to, better diet, eating foods that necessarily won't exacerbate the stress response. Stress response, when we talk about stress, we're talking about the stress response. The stress response is called the fight or flight response. It comes with this species of animal called humans, as well as others. And it's a survival mechanism. When under threat, the body kicks into a gear and it changes physiologically, chemically, all kinds of things go on so that you can either fight or flee. And usually it was, initially in our evolution, was physical threats, but also psychological threats. Worrying about things, anticipating something bad to happen. The stress response will kick in the same way as it does with a physical threat. So you can see how it can overtake one's life. My guest is Yasmyn from New Chapter. And Yasmyn, welcome back. So you mentioned holy basil as a way to help moderate one of the chemical effects of stress, which is too much cortisol because it's implicated in the response. In essence, what's that holy basil doing here, if you know?
What is it doing?
Yeah.
It works with your cortisol.
Okay.
So it actually modulates your cortisol. So it's actually reducing, or what we'd like to say, modulating, which is lowering your cortisol levels. It's balancing to a healthier level where you're able to have a sense of calm and relaxation.
Mm-hmm. And do you sell it? Is that sold as a freestanding supplement, holy basil by itself?
It is, yes. And I personally take 2 a day, which is the recommended amount to take. In some cases, you could take 1 a day, but it's really beneficial if you take it over time. You even get more and more benefits. However, I can say that you do feel it pretty immediately. These herbs are really beautiful and potent and strong. So they have very.
What do you notice when you take it?
Okay, so I just have to let you know, also, Dr. Garko, that my husband loves holy basil as well, and just to be transparent with you, he in the past has taken Xanax, and we've talked about moving away from that just for our personal feelings. And so when he takes the holy basil, he really loves it, and he finds really great results.
He can tell a difference.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. The results are incredible in terms of how he feels. The mechanics are probably very different, with the 2. And I don't really know much about Xanax and the properties of it, but I do know holy basil does modulate your cortisol. And, in many cases, he'll actually go for the holy basil.
It's good.
Because he just knows it's a better choice. And for me personally, I love it. I feel it within probably an hour to an hour and a half. But as I mentioned, if you're dealing with a lot of stress in your life, meaning, it could be many. I mean, like we talked about earlier, everybody has stress, but for some people, stress comes and goes depending on the day, their work, their work projects, their calendar events that are going on. But then there are people that actually have, stress because of unfortunate challenges in their life. Maybe loss of a loved one, or loss of a job.
Sure.
Other challenges out there, and this product specifically would be very beneficial for both people.
Mm-hmm.
that specific person that we're talking about, which is dealing with more of a long term,
Yeah.
would really benefit taking it every day consistently.
Now, is that holy basil included in other products that you have?
Yes. So we also put holy basil in one of my all-time favorite multis, which is called Perfect Calm. And what I love about Perfect Calm is that it actually addresses your nutritional needs, your mineral needs, and it also incorporates herbs that support your adrenals and your adaptogens that you need to support. So it's actually like taking 3 products in one bottle. You're getting your multivitamin from A to Z, all your minerals. And we know when you're stressed, you can reduce tremendously the amount of minerals in your body very quickly. So I very much encourage people to take a really good multivitamin. Specifically, obviously every day I support that, but especially when you're going through stressful, situations in your life, because your minerals just burn really quickly and deplete.
So you can take Perfect Calm. You would get the holy basil in there.
You would. The difference is that the amount of holy basil is not as strong, I should say, as in the individual bottle. However, we do complement Perfect Calm with other beautiful herbs that support stress response and relaxation, such as chamomile, which is wonderful for relaxation and calm, and then lemon balm, which is an incredible herb that is actually known to be reported historically to renew youth and has traditionally been attributed with memory-enhancing properties. But it also helps with calmness. And actually, lemon balm can naturally increase GABA in your body, which is a large neurotransmitter that's used for calmness and stress response.
This is interesting. 877-897-8255. It's a toll-free number, 877-897-TALK. Call anytime you want. You may have a question, a comment about what we're talking about, or maybe something that we're not. It's okay. 877-897-TALK. You're listening to Yasmyn from New Chapter. We're talking about stress, and they've formulated some dietary supplements to help manage the chemical side effects, if you will, of the stress response. That's what stress is. It's a response, a fight or flight response that is triggered by physical threat, a psychological threat. Worrying about bills. It's like a threat. I can't pay my bills, or having relational problems. You name it. So, like I said, how do you avoid? There's no way to side. I mean, even for you could dance as swiftly and as smoothly as Fred Astaire, and you couldn't sidestep stress. You remember Fred Astaire? Yasmyn, you don't know who Fred Astaire is, do you?
Well, I know of him and I've seen him, but
his movies. You've seen his movies, right?
Yes.
Yes. He was.
And don't put me on the spot because I can't recall one right now.
No, I'm not going to give you a movie quiz.
I know you know your movies.
Yeah, don't worry. I can't recall it either. And we actually had a whole half an hour conversation about the guy.
It's all right. This show, it takes a Renaissance approach. Science, art, and science. We cover the bases. Somehow. LTN Health Question when we come back.
Battling sinus, bronchial disorders, allergies, and other seasonal irritants can be a constant struggle, making this the season when you need Oreganol P73 the most, nature's most powerful natural remedy. Get the blast of wild nature you need with the only wild Mediterranean oregano extract, Oreganol P73 from North American Herb & Spice. After being tested, both the USDA and the FDA agree Oreganol P73 is powerful. North American Herb & Spice knows it's powerful as well and knows P73 is just what you need. When you take P73, you'll experience its cleansing power. You'll smell the fresh mountain-grown aroma and feel its effectiveness. The Greeks used wild oregano for their health, not just spice, and called it Oroganos, the delight of the mountain. Oreganol P73 is 100% wild, hand-picked Mediterranean oregano. Do not accept cheap imitations made from farm-raised or non-oregano species. Use Oreganol P73 and stay healthy all year long. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration, not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit takesolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Feeling tired after your meal? Occasional gas, bloating, or indigestion at inopportune times? You may have an enzyme deficiency. Did you know that many common digestive discomforts can be caused by poor digestion? When food isn't completely digested, it begins to ferment in the digestive tract, which may cause uncomfortable symptoms. Digest Gold, America's #1 selling enzyme product, offers unparalleled support for your digestive needs. It contains exclusive blends of enzymes optimized to be 3 times stronger and work more than 6 times faster than other leading digestive supplements. With just 1 capsule per meal, Digest Gold offers support to break down carbohydrates, fats, fiber, and protein. Enzymedica products are all natural, vegetarian, contain absolutely no fillers, and are vegan and kosher when possible. You'll find Digest Gold and other Enzymedica products at fine health food stores near you. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Nubian Heritage, Global Healing, Modern Wellness. BSN, Finish First. Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils. Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation. Natural Factors, where great health begins. Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless. A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Speaking with Yasmyn from New Chapter, and we were talking about stress, of course, and there are different ways to manage stress. You can actually manage your behavior, your emotions, and there are strategies and tactics to do that. You can manage the downstream chemical effects of stress, all the stress hormones and so on. We were mentioning cortisol and the buildup of cortisol, because that gets released during the stress response. And if by chance that switch gets left on because you're on a lot of stress, you build up a lot of cortisol, which is deleterious to a person's health in the way that Yasmyn described. What was the herb that she focused on that New Chapter sells as a freestanding product, but also included in their product called Perfect Calm? This particular herb is sometimes in Hindu medicine is sometimes referred to as the mother medicine of nature. Okay, there's a hint. Was it A, curcumin, B, holy basil, or C, feverfew? Which one is considered the mother medicine of nature and is helps with the effects of cortisol? A, curcumin, B, holy basil, or C, feverfew? And in Hindu medicine, it's called the mother medicine of nature. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Welcome back. It's, Yasmyn, I'm trying to find ways to talk about this without giving the answer away. This particular herb that we're talking about for the health questions also related to an herb that people use in their kitchen. And now we're showing, if you're watching the show, we're showing this herb, lovely flower. It flowers. It has a nice purple flower to it. Very beautiful.
That's why I picked it.
Yeah, it's lovely. It's also, Yasmyn, it's related to an herb that's used in Italian, considered an Italian herb. If people have it in their kitchen, there's another hint. By the way, I don't know if you know this, but it's a member of the mint family. Did you know that, this particular herb?
I did not.
Yeah, it's a member of the mint family. And in the Hindu culture, they call it the mother medicine of nature. It's interesting. Yeah. That's nice, yeah. Right?
It's considered the queen of herbs.
That's another, yes, right. It's also called you're absolutely right about that. It's called the queen of herbs. Yes, indeed. I saw that. Yeah, we need more queens, don't we? Yeah. Get rid of that glass ceiling. Too many kings running around. We need some queens, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For sure.
Any other supplements from New Chapter that you have, the Perfect Calm, then you have the one that's the health question answer. Anything else that would help with stress?
Yes. So I shared also lemon balm.
Yeah, that's an interesting herb.
It is an interesting herb, and I actually do combine that at times with my holy basil, and with the Perfect Calm formula that's actually in there. I believe I shared that as well. So you can combine them. And what's nice about lemon balm is that it's very calming. So a lot of times when you feel stressed or overwhelmed, you tend to continuously have the same thoughts. You constantly tend to think about the same thing. Your brain just keeps racing.
Mm-hmm.
And so what's beautiful about lemon balm is that it actually supports GABA, which is increasing GABA, which is one of our largest abundant neurotransmitters in the brain. And so it actually helps slow down that racing, that thinking, that constant talking to yourself.
Do you sell lemon balm as a freestanding product?
We do, and it is wonderful. True story. This is a true story. I actually, was traveling with my cat, and I didn't have time to go to the health food store and get, the typical formula that has been known for a long time for pets. And I honestly gave my cat a slight amount of lemon balm, a very tiny amount. I opened up a capsule, and can I tell you how wonderful it was when we were traveling? It really calmed my cat down.
Wow. There you go.
Yeah, and it just works amazing. It's really, it just, I love it. It just slows the brain down, stops the racing, and stops the thinking.
All right,
Shuts
so we
off all
have
that mental chatter.
So we have, the herb for the health question of the day. Then we have the perfect calm product. Then we have lemon balm. This is a nice little arsenal. Let's go to Patty in Tampa. Patty, welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition.
Hey, doctor. It's so great to meet you again.
It's nice to see you as well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Good.
I've got a slam dunk answer for you.
What is it? What's the answer?
Holy basil.
Holy basil, Batman. That's right. Holy basil. Holy basil is very good. There, in other cultures, these herbs are so well known and so well appreciated and used in the practice of day-to-day health and medicine. It's interesting. They've made their way into Western culture. Companies like New Chapter, of course, have built their reputation on herbal supplements, and so we're glad to have them as a sponsor and get these ideas and these products well known to people. But congratulations. Thanks for listening to the show. Thanks for calling.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thanks for having the show. I've learned so much from you. I appreciate it.
It's our pleasure. That's why we're here. And thank you so much. Without you, without the audience, there is no show. And without guests such as you, Yasmyn, it would be hard to do the shows too. So we appreciate your contribution.
Thank you, Dr. Garko. I'm happy to be on, and I love talking to your guests.
Congratulations on your promotion with the company. It was well deserved. And send my regards to when you talk to all those big suits at the company, tell them that I said hello.
Sure will. Thanks.
We appreciate their support. Take care of yourself. New Chapter, newchapter.com. Visit their website. Go to health store. Ask for Perfect Calm, Holy Basil, Lemon Balm. Yeah, great idea. That'll help you manage your stress. And why do you want to do that? Well, you know why. Because your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. I'll see you tomorrow.